Curious about the price of a Magic Online card? Try our searchable price guide on the right sidebar of any MTGOacademy.com page.
Hello everyone! Welcome to a Windmill Slam Cube Draft featuring only me, Dennis, this week unfortunately, for reasons I will explain in a moment. However, we have opened our first pack, and I think the pick here is probably Hero of Bladehold. She is just bonkers. We haven't opened any power. She goes in a ton of good decks. I don't tend to draft really hard archetypes in Cube. Ushin's the one who prefers to draft like hard ramp or combo-y kind of decks. I prefer to draft just piles of good cards. My favorite pile of good cards is generally Esper good cards, and Hero of Bladehold fits fine in there, I guess. Very efficient creature, very aggressive, puts a lot of pressure on him. Not as resilient as something like Elspeth. Elspeth's Sun's Champion, and a Mother of Runes also goes fine in that deck. Wouldn't mind a Sheoldred, but I like Hero of Bladehold because for its versatility. So the reason Ushin isn't here is because today is his birthday. I'm filming this on Tuesday. I will be taking this Mox Jet, I believe. Over here. I would love a Daze, I would love a Miscalc, but Mox is Mox. Power is power. And they're just insane. Not as good as Soul Ring, but pretty darn close. A Mox is a Mox. I tend to count them as spells, not lands. Some people prefer to count them as lands. Other notable cards, as I said, Daze and Miscalc are both amazing. I obviously like... I think I like Miscalc better than Daze. You can cast Daze obviously with no mana up, which is important, but I like Miscalc a little better. Badlands and Taiga are obviously notable. Thragtusk is super efficient. Bloodbraid Elf is kind of busto sometimes. Hellrider is great in mono red. Revel Ark's an efficient card. I don't like Frenzy Goblin or Jackal Pup, but Mox Jet's pretty clear there. Yes, as I said, I really like to go Esper, because all my favorite cards are just in Esper. I love counter spells. My actual favorite card, Bribery, is in the cube. Bribery is my favorite card of all time, and I will never pass it no matter what. We do not have it in this pack, but we do have a Chain Lightning, a Volcanic Island, and a Dismember, and Prime Titan, obviously. So, Volcanic Island is okay. That will push us, I suppose, towards USA. Assuming we're going to keep the hero. Dismember, though, is a real spell. It is a very real spell. You can cast it for colorless if you want to pay some life. It's black-ish. We've already got a black-ish card. I think I'm going to take the Dismember here. I could see taking Primeval Titan. It's obviously very powerful, but I don't really like green in the cube too much. I'm just going to take Dismember. Cube for me is about drafting cards you like more than drafting necessarily the best deck there is. But I think Cube's what you like to pick in Cube is much more personal than like watching someone do a Theros draft or a Vintage Masters or something. I think in normal expansions there is typically, I would say there is generally a correct pick most of the time. Goyf here, Remand though. I don't like Smokestack. Like, I acknowledge it's very powerful and I've lost to it a bunch of times. I just don't like playing it. I don't find it enjoyable. Awakening Zone's powerful. Jiraka Tree Speaker is probably just maybe a little better than Awakening Zone. It sort of depends on where you're aiming your ramp at. If you're aiming for like turn 6-7 ramp, Tree Speaker is probably better. If you're aiming for like Eldrazi, maybe Awakening Zone's a little better. But Remand is what we want to do, and it puts us into Esper-ish. All of them is fine too, and Goyf is obviously fine, but I don't like it too much in Limited. Ajani Vengeance also a very good Planeswalker, but Remand is a counterspell, mostly. And here, there's not a ton for us. Null Rod is actually pretty good against some decks. Vampiric Tutor is actually fine as well. And it's actually probably the pick. Polukranos is reasonably powerful. Whip Quarter is okay. Cackler and Hellspark Elemental obviously mono red cards, as is Plated Geopede. Disfigure's fine, removal. But Tutor is going to let us go grab Wraths and that kind of thing. And, specific removal that we need. So I think I'm going to take it. I don't say I think I'm going to take it. I have taken it. So this is the first MTGO Academy draft we've done with only one of us. We do this sort of thing on our channel every once in a while. Generally, Oshin does constructive videos when he's by himself, and I do limited videos. What do we want here? I think it's a pretty easy treachery. Mind control effects are amazing. We're in the colour for them. I am conscious of fixing. We will need to pick some of that up. I wouldn't have minded Terminus, and Mirror Crusader's fine as well, to be honest. Short Fang isn't amazing, but it's also fine. But I'm not passing Treachery. Void Mage Prodigy. Ooh, that's a late Raphaelos. Reasonably late Natural Order as well, but Void Mage Prodigy is fine. It's usually around here in the pack that I start to look for fixing. Like if there was a shock or a duel, or even a pain land, to be honest, or a fetch, obviously, in that last pack, I might have just taken it over the Void Mage Prodigy. Here we have Graveborn Muse, Riftwing Cloudskate, and Lingering Souls. It's between Lingering Souls and Riftwing Cloudskate for me. This is obviously good. It's cheap and suspendable. It's a tempo play. Lingering Souls is a very efficient card, though, and I like it a lot. I think I'm going to take it over Riftwing Cloudskate. That might have been incorrect. Riftwing is a 2-for-1. Lingering Souls is kind of a 4-for-1. In a roundabout way. A 1-1 flyer probably isn't worth a whole card by itself, but, you know. I had planned to do a Modern Masters draft for today, but none of the queues would fire. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because of a time zone difference, because I live in Ireland, so we're on GMT, but none of the queues would fire. They were just sitting at 3 or 4 people for... I was sitting, must have been about 45 minutes. I was sitting in the queue, and I was like, okay, this obviously isn't going to happen anytime soon. It's annoying, because it could it's at any moment. It's a minute away from firing. But it just didn't get there for us. I don't like bounce lands, Karoo lands, for fixing, because they're so vulnerable to wastelands, strip mines, sinkholes, whatever. It's between Sphinx of Jwar Isle, Diabolic Edict, and Toxic Deluge for me. Toxic Deluge is a very good Wrath effect. Sphinx of Jwar Isle is a reasonable late game threat. I'm going to take Toxic Deluge over the Sphinx. Sphinx is a reasonable finisher because it has Shroud and it's just a 5/5 beater. But it's not unstoppable in the same way that something like Elspeth and Aetherling are. Obviously, neither of those are actually unstoppable, but they're certainly close to it than the Sphinx is, in my opinion. We'll take a Revelark, I guess. It's the only card we can play. Obviously, no one's in mono red. And although Bloodbraid Elf is really good, but it's literally the other 2 colors that we're not in. I don't really like Chrome Mox too much. That's not the kind of fixing I'm looking for. I'm just going to take this Revelark and put it in the board for now. Wake Thrasher's good. Razormane Mastercore is good too. Might just take the Mastercore actually over the Wake Thrasher. Wake Thrasher's very efficient if you tap out. And Mana Burn isn't a thing anymore, so I'm just going to take the Wake Thrasher. Don't care about any of these. Breeding Pools maybe will mess up someone's mana pool, so let's cut that. We desperately need fixing. We have tons of time to get it, and there's a fair few 5-color fixtures. You know, hopefully we open like a Coalition Relic or something. Well, I mean, hopefully open Black Lotus and we can cast this on turn 1. But I will settle for a Coalition Relic. Which of these is the scariest? None, because no one's in red. But Hellspark Elemental, sure. Xenagos is pretty good. Arc Trial's good too. But Xenagos is kind of scary sometimes. So now we've got one sort of threat. This isn't really a control deck threat, it's just an efficient card. So we're still looking for big threats, the Aetherlings, the Elspeth Sons Champions, that kind of thing. We're also looking for more Wrath, Supreme Verdict, Wrath of God, Day of Judgment, all that stuff. We're also looking for counter spells or Ancestral Recall. I mean, I'd love that Cave of Kolios, I'd love that Necrotol, I'd love that Watering Grave, but I'd love the Shadow Mage Infiltrator, but I'm not passing Ancestral Recall. That is bonkers, and it's our second piece of power for the day. Can't be too sad about that. Would have liked a ton of those cards, but this is just absolutely unbelievable. We got past this power, which leads me to believe that there was either of... I can't think of a card you'd take over a Mox except for like Soul Ring or Lotus. Maybe not even Lotus. Here we have Aetherling, which is good. Shackles, which isn't great because we're in 3 colors. Scholar, which is fine, and Vendilion Click. I think we just take Aetherling. It is basically exactly the kind of win condition that we want. Click is very good. It's a hefty beater, and it lets us pick an important card out of their hand. I mean, they get to draw a card, but it can really knock games off balance. But Aetherling is exactly the kind of card we want to put a quick end to the game in 8 life chunks. This is one of the best cards printed recently. It's absolutely unbelievable. It's just insane. Dungeon Geist is super good. Wrath of God, or Dungeon Geists, or Bone Shredder. Probably just Wrath of God, actually. Might just be better in this kind of deck, where we can just sit. Dungeon Geist is a 2-for-1, and it is a 3/3 flyer. But Wrath of God can be a 7-for-1. There's Elspeth. There's also Bitter Blossom, a Polluted Delta, and a Mana Leak. And I wouldn't mind a Lifebane Zombie. Elspeth is good, but I can't pass Bitter Blossom. Bitter Blossom is absolutely unbelievable. A turn 2 Bitter Blossom. Oh, there's also Coalition Relic. I didn't even see that. Can we pass Relic? Relic is super amazing. It is one of the best cards in the cube. So is Bitter Blossom. Relic is... Neither of these are great late game draws. Elspeth is a fantastic late game draw. These are both good early to mid game draws. Elspeth you can't even cast in the early to mid game, but we're going late game. God, Relic is just perfect fixing. It's fantastic ramp. Can I pass this Relic? I don't think I can. I would love these two, but I think I'm picking the Relic here. I didn't used to think that highly of Coalition Relic until I played with it a couple of times, and it's just insane. Like, you can find things to finish the game. That's fine. You can find... Like, we have an Aetherling. The Elspeth would be filling almost exactly the same role. Probably a little worse than the Aetherling, because you can still get, like, Hero's Downfall or whatever. Coalition Relic lets us cast Aetherling early. Although you really want to cast Aetherling with at least 1 blue up to protect it. Venser, Vampire, Nighthawk, Show and Tell. Not a Show and Tell deck. Venser might be okay if we can get some ETB effects. Other than that, Nighthawk's just an efficient guy. Failing that, we just take Balance. Balance can act as a Wrath in a control deck when you have so few creatures, but it's also a Wrath that makes you discard cards sometimes, because we're hopefully going to be drawing more cards than our opponent is. It's an irreplaceable effect, and it lets you win games that no other card would, and you can set it up. I think it's just more unique than Vampire Nighthawk. Here we go. I like Ink Eyes, I like Neverneal's Disc, but I love Sower of Temptation, and I'm going to take it. We've got 2 Wrath effects, but now we've got 2 Mind Control effects as well. Sower's kind of a fragile Mind Control effect, but if they don't have a thing to kill it right away, and you steal their Titan or whatever, it's hard to beat. So again, we're at pick 21. If there was fixing here, I would be tempted to take it. Because there isn't, I'm tempted to either take this Hero's Downfall or this Cloud Goat Ranger. Cloud Goat Ranger is one of my favorite cards of all time. Hero's Downfall is a kill anything spell. Taking Cloud Goat. Of note also our Palancron and Prophetic Bolt obviously, but I've never passed a Cloud Goat Ranger in my life. I love this card and I'm taking it. I love it. I love it to death. It is right up there with Bribery. Bribery is just so good. You don't have to take any powerful creatures with Bribery. Just let your opponent take them, then you steal them out of their deck. It's amazing. Treachery is right up there. My favorite cards too, to be honest. We could use more counter spells, but we passed the Miscalc and the thing for a piece of power, if I remember right. Bitter Blossom would have gone sweet in the deck. It's hard to interact with, and it's definitely a source of inevitability. But I think because we haven't gotten any fixing yet, I think we need the relic more than we need it. That could come back to bite me in the ass, but we had to pass that polluted delta. I think that was for the Ancestral Recall. Like, if we don't get fixing soon, we're getting to the point where Vampiric Tutor for a land is a viable play in our deck. In cube drafts, more than any other kind of Underground River or Baleful Strix, I think... or you, or... No, not you. Dark Confidant or Baleful Strix, but I think we need the Underground River. Painlands are not the best kind of fixing, but I think we're at the point now where we can't be too choosy. I would love a Baleful Strix. I would love a Shadow Mage Infiltrator and a Necrotol as well. Which one would I love more? To be honest, probably a Necrotol. These 1/8/7 creatures are something that I'm a huge fan of. Shadow Mage lets you draw cards and has fear. Doesn't really kill them, but Necrotol is removal and it's a guy. I'm aware Shadow Mage Infiltrator is probably arguably a better card and probably easier to cast in our deck than the Necrotol. But I love creatures with removal stable to them. It makes me wish we'd taken that Venser. The Necrotol and the Cloud Goat Ranger make me wish we'd taken that Venser. I don't remember what we took over it though. Was it Wrath of God? It might have been. Godless Shrine, Vendilion Click, Tidal Scholar, Unis Predator is good too. I'm going to take this Godless Shrine because I think we need it. Vendilion Click would fit nicely in our deck, but I think we need the Godless Shrine. And it's not unbelievably amazing. It is pretty good. The most expensive card I've ever opened in paper was a foil Vendilion Click from Modern Masters. The only reasonable card here is Sarcomancy, and I don't think we want it. This is not useful for us. Boggart Ramgang's really annoying. We just cut that. It's really annoying. We're not running Sarcomancy. We're not scared of it either. This could be an issue. Just because it's a 3-power. We have a ton of stuff that kills it. Not least of which is like Wrath of God, Dismember, Toxic Deluge, Balance in a way. Balance works favourably with Aetherling and indeed Wrath because you can just flicker him, cast the Wrath, have him come back. What? Get in. I know there's a Necropotence there, but A, it's super difficult to cast, and B, I don't think it's that good. I understand that it's amazing, and it crippled the game for a while and everything, but I've never used it to great effect in Cube. Bitter Blossom, on the other hand, I absolutely have, and it is a crime that it was still there. That is nuts. Okay, now we've got 2 Wrath effects, 2 Mind Control effects, some reasonable-ish removal. We would like some more removal. We would like some more counter spells. We've got our late game, like Cloud Goat Ranger isn't super resilient, but it's definitely a beater in terms of threats. We would like maybe one more threat, and then we can just focus on card draw and fixing and stuff. Because we picked up the Coalition Relic, which is going to do us a lot of good work. We picked up 2 pretty solid fixers in the Underground River and the Godless Shrine. I like the position we're in. Remember, we have 2 pieces of power here, so if we just complete that by opening a Lotus, I think we're in business. I like Power Cube. I've heard people complain about it before because it skews games and it makes for uninteresting picks. Like even earlier when I just picked this Mox Jet, I didn't really have to look at the rest of the pack. Hopefully there wasn't a Library of Alexandria or a Soul Ring that I didn't notice, but I don't think there was. Here we have Sorin, Gatekeeper of Malakir, which I don't think we can cast because we're in 3 colors. Cast for full effect anyway. And we have the Sword of Fire and Ice, which is a very, very, very good sword. It is probably the second best sword after... I like Body and Mind more than I like Fire and Ice, but it's pretty close. Sorin, on the other hand, is inevitability. We're not a heavy creature deck. Bitter Blossom's many creatures that will carry swords just fine. Lingering Souls will also carry swords just fine, but they also synergize as well with Sauron. Now, as much as it pains me to pass a sword, I think Sauron just goes in our control-y deck with wraths and stuff a little better than the sword does. Here we get Venser, Slaughter Pact, Force Spike, and to a lesser extent Wasteland, but because we're in 3 colors I don't really want to take this. Guy's Cradle is obviously super powerful. I think Venser is probably our best pick here. It's either Venser or Force Spike. Similar-ish rolls. I don't like Slaughter Pact. It's too risky for me. I've had it go wrong before. It's terrible. Like I've had what's it, Armageddon? Is Armageddon destroy all lands? Or Ravages of War or whatever. Have in response to a Slaughter Pact. And then just lost the game. I like Venser in this kind of deck though. Nice tempo. Pseudo counters a spell. Can bounce a creature back to their hand. Super good. Force Spike was definitely in contention there. But and I think like Slaughter Pact is pretty solid removal, but I don't think we need it. Because we have... Oh, here we go. Phyrexian Arena is amazing. Tinker is pretty good, but we don't have artifacts. Day of Judgment would be nice. I think we just take Tundra though. I would like this Day of Judgment. It would go super well in our deck, but I think we're at the point where we can't pass a straight dual land like that. Here we have Precursor Golem, Literal Core, The Abyss, which might be good for us. Spectral Procession, which is a little awkward. Looter or Lodestone Golem. Precursor Golem's very efficient. It's, what, 9 power and 9 toughness spread across 3 bodies for 5 mana. It's pretty good. The Abyss, however, gets around Hexproof. Does not get around Indestructible. Because it doesn't get sacrificed, it gets destroyed. Does get around Regenerate. I think I might just take the Abyss here, to be honest. It's either that or Literal Core. Or Precursor. I'm going to take the Abyss. I've never actually played with the Abyss. Because we only have 8 creatures, I guess more. But like, Lingering Souls and Bitter Blossom and Sauron interact reasonably well with the Abyss. They're just tokens, like. We can flicker our Aetherling in response to this trigger, so... At that point, obviously, our Aetherling will never get in until we get another creature on the board. So maybe the Abyss isn't that good for us. Because it turns off this win condition. That's interesting, actually. I didn't really think of that. Maybe we won't run the Abyss. Maybe Precursor Golem was just a better pick there as an efficient guy. What does the Mox let us do? Turn 1 Bitter Blossom. That's pretty good. It lets us on turn 2 balance before we play our land. Land tax, Phyrexian Metamorph, Go for the Throat, Winter Orb, Tendrils, Mirror Battlesphere. We can Go for the Throat here. We're kind of low on removal. Wouldn't mind this Metamorph, wouldn't mind this Battlesphere, but we are quite low on removal. I think we need to Go for the Throat. As our fixing Tundra, Underground River Goddess, Shrine, and Coalition Relic. Pretty reasonable. I would like another 1 or 2 of these before I'm comfortable with our 3 colors. I always end up drafting 3 color in cube for some reason. I guess it's just because the fixing is so abundant. Like there's some ungodly amount of lands in the cube. Only real card here for us is Old Man of the Sea. He's not amazing. There's also Inquisition of Kozilek, actually, it might just be better. Can't afford to run Strip Mine. Entomb doesn't do anything for us, we're not Reanimator. Scalding Tarn. Scalding Tarn actually fetches our Tundra. And not our Godless Shrine. But it does fetch our Tundra. So I'm actually going to take it here. I don't think we need the Inquisition of Kozilek. And a second copy of Tundra is definitely nice. Unfortunately, if we've already drawn our Tundra, it just fetches an island. Here. Annoyingly, none of these lands, all of which are the type of lands I would have liked, are in our colours. Literally the only card in our colours here is Inkwell Leviathan, and 9 is a little bit too much for a win condition, I think. This only produces colourless mana. I guess we'll take the Ink Leviathan. I'm not happy about that. Also not a lot for us here. There's Memory Jar and Agony Warp. And Phyrexian Ranger I'm not excited about. Memory Jar is okay. I don't think we're the deck for it. I'm just going to take this Agony Warp because it's removal. Again, it's not super particularly exciting removal, but it's totally fine. I think in this deck, because our curve is actually quite low, we can count the Mox as a land. I've heard a lot of people argue about that, so if you like, comment down below and tell me why you think a Mox should be a land or a spell in your deck. I generally favour land, but I've been told that I should play them as a spell. So at this point, the only thing we can hope for is more fixing. I don't think I remember seeing any. No, this is the pack we opened, I think. 23 and 15, yeah. This is the pack we opened. Only scary card in here is, I guess Gargoyle's pretty scary, but probably Ball Lightning, to be honest. Or Nickel Bolas. Let's cut Bolas. Catastrophe is a Wrath. So I guess we'll take it. It's not what I'm excited about. I'm going to take this Chancery here over that Arena because I think we need it. I know we passed all of the land destruction stuff, and they're definitely going to come in against us if we show them that Chancery. But I think to efficiently run this deck, whoops, we might need it. What's the cut here? Wake Thrasher, maybe? Wake Thrasher or Catastrophe, or do we just want Catastrophe? Catastrophe can totally get you out of a jam. I mean, I know Wrath of God does it 2 turns sooner, but still. None of these are great in our deck. Fleetspin Land's annoying for our deck. Balance good here. It should hit their creatures. It could hit their lands. It's unlikely to hit cards in hand against us. Survival of the Fittest is a very good card. Tendrils only good in Storm. I'm going to cut the Abyss because it kills our win condition, which is currently Aetherling, and to a lesser extent Cloudguard Ranger. Or it could easily just be like Lingering Souls, Bitter Blossom, and Siren tokens with Siren's Emblem. That's a very real win condition. Hero Bladehold also works favorably with Siren. So we've got a sort of Esper tokens, control-y, wrathy thing. Like Bitter Blossom and Siren all recover quite well from Wraths because they're repeatable creature creation. Hero of Bladehold doesn't really, but it's just a good card. Alright, stick the Mox in, stick the Tundra, the Scalding Tarn, the River, and the Godless Shrine. Maybe we don't need to run the Chancery. Probably like 5/5/5 or whatever. 5/5/3. How many black do we have? 1, 2, and the Mox Jet is also black. So that leaves us with 6 black sources. That's not really enough, plus the Coalition Relic. Although our only double black is actually Necrotog, because we can cast the Dismember off of a single one. So maybe that actually is fine. White, do we have the most double white? Hero, Bladehold, Wrath of God, Cloudguard Ranger, Catastrophe. We probably do. Our blue, Void Mage Prodigy, we can morph, so Venser and Sour Temptation are double blue at 4, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7-ish. 7 blue sources. I would be inclined to go like this, I think. Yeah. And I don't think the Chancery is really going to improve things too much. That says 16 land, but one of them is a Mox. I'm happy with this. This seems good. Let's run it. Okay, we'll see you in the first round.
Do you love to play Magic Online but have a tight budget? Check out MTGO Academy's Academy Budget Bot in the Magic Online Classifieds. All cards in stock are cheaper than one event ticket.
Okay, round 1. Here we go. We would love to play first. Sure. It's not amazing because there's no black in it, but there are also no black spells in it. So we'll keep it. I'm going to cast this island first, I suppose. Go. You don't need to use the Scalding Tarn quite yet. Scalding Tarn does let us get the... Oh, I should have cast the Scalding Tarn. What if we draw the Tundra now? Cool. I'm going to use the Scalding Tarn now. Scalding Tarn lets us go and get the Tundra, which lets us cast Hero on turn 4. Because that'll give us a second white source. Ooh, okay. Fancy. 3-drop on turn 2. What is it? Sword. That's kind of spooky. Not gonna lie. Go get a thing. This thing. Cool. Swam. Perfect. I'm gonna play you, and I'm gonna play Wake Thrasher. That attacks as a 4/4. Go! Hopefully whatever he plays here doesn't have haste, and isn't also... Or it costs too much that he can't equip the sword. Because if he goes to equip this... Oh, Pelucranos is kind of spooky. Although we can't just Sower of Temptation that right now. Yep. 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 And I think that might be the play, is to just steal that thing with Sower of Temptation. Yep, gimme. That way, what I was going to say was anything he tries to equip the sword to, we can just bounce with Venser in response, so... Come here. Hit you for 4. Attack for what, 12 next turn? That seems pretty good. Like, whatever he plays here, it's not ridiculous to just main step Venser it to get in for 12, take our opponent down to 4. Oh, he has nothing. We've got counter spells in hand, so always yield to that thing. Always yield to that thing. Does that not work? There we go. Because we have Remand, I'm going to Ancestral Recall to try and hit a second blue source, because that way we can leave up Venser. Go for it. Yep. Oh, Mox Jet, cool. Still have Remand up, so we can cast Mox Jet and play our land. And we can even cast Lingering Souls and leave Remand still. So let's bash. For more than 12 actually, isn't it? Yeah. Opponent goes to 3. Gonna cast Lingering Souls, leaving up Remand. So go. Our opponent's obviously F6'd here. Like, and is he just dead? I don't see how he could not be. Yeah, cool. Okay, let's just do that again. Sweet. We didn't have a particularly busted start, but Pelucranos with a sword on it was obviously his complete and only plan. We had a ton of answers to that. Admittedly, we did not have a long time to draw those answers because that hits us for 9. And it's also... It was a sort of Fire and Ice, right? Which means we couldn't hit target with blue stuff. But what I was thinking was we could bounce the Pelucranos in response to the equipping going on the stack, which will blow him out a little bit. Instead, we just stole it before he could equip it and absolutely annihilated him, so awesome. Like, turn 3, 5/5 with a sword on the battlefield is pretty spooky. And I keep saying spooky instead of, like, scary or threatening. It's pretty scary, and we still got there. Like, with very little difficulty. We had backup plans. We even had a Remand for any spell that he cast. Now, admittedly, if the spell was cheap enough, like if it was just a burn spell to kill our Sower, using the Remand would probably put him in a place where he couldn't then equip as well. This has only 2 lands in it, but it does have I'm counting the Mox as a land. It has 2 lands in it, but it does have a balance in it as well. So what we can do here is let him overextend a little bit and then balance him. Yeah, let's do that. Let's let him overextend and let's balance him. Like, if we just draw lands, we'll be fine. Goddess Shrine, I'm not going to pay 2 life. And I'm going to not play Mox Jet because we don't need it here. I don't think he's going to do something so busted that I have to dismember it right away. Rafellos, cool. See, now I'm just going to play this Mox Jet. I'm going to play this Plains. And then I'm going to cast Lingering Souls. I don't really care about dismembering this thing too much, I don't think. Because I can just dismember whatever he goes off with. Which is now Thragtusk, which is actually an awkward dismembered target. Wrath of God. What happens if we balance here? We would have to discard a card. He would have to lose a land. It's not amazing. What I'm going to do is I'm probably going to pass. See what he does. And then hopefully draw a land for the Wrath of God. Depending on what this is, I suppose. Karn! Okay. Exile a thing from my hand. Venser, can't cast him. How do we beat Karn? Do we have anything in our deck that can beat Karn? Well, let's chump you anyway. And let's go see if we have a thing that can beat Karn. Is there anything that can beat Karn? Not really. No, there just isn't. Like, there just isn't. It's probably the closest we can get his Hero of Blade Hold. But he just exiles it, like. So what I have to do is I have to go get this Tundra. So that we can cast Wrath of God. But even then he still has the 3/3. Like, this is terrible. We should have just killed Rafellos. I was stupid. I didn't realize our opponent was so devout to mono green. Like, if we killed Rafellos, he'd be in terrible shape here. He wouldn't be in terrible shape. He'd be casting Thragtusk next turn instead of having Thragtusk and Karn on the table. I can kill that right now by paying 1 extra life. Or I can balance it away next turn. Yeah, I definitely should not have let that Rafellos live. That was stupid. This doesn't count Planeswalker, so... Wow, why didn't we have that Hero's Downfall? Wake Thrasher doesn't do anything, so bye-bye. Okay. He can kill our Mox if he likes, sure. Yeah, I guess balance. Kill these 2 things and ditch a card. And wait, with balance on the stack, I'm gonna dismember. Oh, there's no point in dismembering actually, because these do die anyway. This is not going well. Not gonna lie. I can't believe I let Rafellos live. I didn't realize he was so close to mono green. That was so stupid. I think we can beat his deck though. On the condition that we just never ever let Rafellos live ever again. Like, I thought Rafellos might ramp him to like 5 and that would be it, but I did not expect to see... Like, we could have beaten all of these things. I didn't expect to see friggin' Karn. Yeah, sure, whatever. Oh god, that's just gonna kill us in 3 turns. Yeah. Might as well play it so they can't I guess exile it with his friggin'... Oh, I could have flashback Lingering Souls. It doesn't do much, you can just make the Lucanos fight them. Probably still should have done it though. I think you can ultimate card now, but there's really no need to. Blow up second blue source, sure. God. Can't beat Karn. Can't beat him. Like, any position that we try to put ourselves in to get ahead here, yeah, we're dead. He just ultimates Karn and starts the game again with these two on the battlefield. Okay. Lesson learned. Like, I know Raphaelis is a dangerous card. I was just thinking about balance. I was like, oh, we can get him with balance if he overextends, but I was being stupid. Also, playing the Lingering Souls with the balance was also stupid because it gave us creatures, which is not what we wanted. I completely threw that game based on my own mistakes. I'm sorry, guys. That's two sort of non-games of Magic. I feel like if I killed Raphaelis, we could have totally won that game. Because he wouldn't have gotten Karn down. I don't even know if he hit the land for the Thragtusk. Oh, he did, because he played the Acidic Slime in the end. But we definitely would have been in with a chance. Should have just dismembered Raphaelis. Stupid idiot, Dennis. You stupid, stupid idiot. Oh well. We all make mistakes. Hopefully we don't make them in Game 3 where it really matters. I just didn't think that through at all. That was terrible. Alright, we would love to play first. Come on. Give up a hand. Right now. Island Plains. Not really. Doesn't do anything. Scalding Tarn. Balance. Sure, actually. Scalding Tarn, just go fetch Tundra now. Hopefully we just draw a swamp. I wish that got us a friggin'... Oh, what do you call it? Godless Shrine, but it doesn't. Hey, get there. Cool. Bitter Blossom, beat this. Tree Drop Village is kind of annoying, actually. How much did that cost to activate? 2, God. So what does balance do here? Balance, as it sits, acts as a... What? Discard 2... It's a Mind Rot. If we didn't have this stupid thing, it'd be a Mind Rot and a kill a thing. It does not work well with balance. Not at all. So I'm going to play a I'm going to play this pass and then probably bank Period Tutor for a Godless Shrine. Actually, we don't need a Godless Shrine because I basically want to get black for the Necrotol so that we can pop this Tree Speaker or whatever he's going to do. He only has 3 mana now. Mindstone, okay. I think we need to kill this. The easiest way to do that is just to go and get a swamp, I think. Especially if he's going to level it up again. Yeah. Yeah, that's Vampiric Tutor for a swamp. Could be a Godless Shrine that we go and get. It could be Ancestral Recall as well. Actually, anything here better to get than the swamp? Probably not. Godless Shrine, we already have the double white that we would need, so no. Underground River might be better because it opens up to double blue, actually. Yeah, let's get the Underground River. Pop that thing with the Necrotol and start killing him, hopefully. Yeah, Underground River gives us double blue for our Aetherling as well. Cool. The life isn't super likely to catch up with us, though it might. Only one legal target. Balance is getting worse and worse by the minute. Although now it will be a discard 4 or something, so that's pretty good. Mox Ruby, that's cool. Prime Titan. Okay. Now we need Wrath of God. Island is not Wrath of God. It is, however, Aetherling. Or close to Aetherling. So to be balanced here, Balance makes him discard 2 of his cards and pop some of his lands. That's all though. It's probably worth it, to be honest. It is a land and discards 2 cards. I should have definitely done that post-combat. I'm such an idiot. That's going to be damage that matters, Dennis, you fucking moron. That was so stupid. Oh, that was so stupid. It's only 1 damage because I can't attack with this. But it is actually only 1 damage, I think about it. But that was stupid. I'm going to keep this flyer. Doesn't do much blocking, so I'm going to attack with it. Because this thing has trample. Here's the Thragtusk and a Genesis Wave. Ah, it's a second punt. That punt only costs us 1 damage though. But we do now need to draw Wrath of God. Toxic Deluge does not do it because Bitter Blossom will kill us. Needs to be Wrath of God or Go for the Throat or something. Crack the Mind Stone to draw a card? Okay. Yeah, he has enough mana and this is going to get him 2 more lands. Oh god. Oh god, he has this for 10 if he wants. And it gives him Pro Blue. Still dies to Go for the Throat and Wrath of God, but we can't Sower of Temptation anymore, and this leaves us dead to Bitter Blossom in 3 turns. Assuming he just shocks us with it, which I think is the correct play. God, get wrecked. Balance is not doing a ton for us in this deck. I misplayed it there completely. I think they shouldn't have played it at all. I wanted to get the last two of those cards out of his hand. He always get the one he really wanted, which I'm going to assume was this. But like these are scary. Genesis Wave maybe not so much. The opponent disconnected. Do we get a free win here? That'd be nice. No. Like if this wasn't the blue sword and we could steal this thing with a Sower or a Treachery right now, we'd actually be in fantastic shape. Like if this isn't Wrath of God, we are just immediately dead. Yeah, we're just dead. We can play Aetherling, but it doesn't block profitably. That still only puts up 7 toughness, which we're dead to from the trample plus that, so we lose. That sucks. I feel like we could have won game 2 if I hadn't misplayed so badly, but hopefully I'll operate a little better in the second round. We'll see you then.
Love playing Standard on Magic Online? Check out Academy's Standard Bot in the Magic Online Classifieds for Standard Singles.
Here we go with round 2, hopefully with less game-losing punts on my part. I'm pretty sure I clicked that button. Magic Online is just being picky. I did. Okay. No black. But Scalding Tarn and Awkwardly the Tundra. With balance. In case things get out of hand. This seems fine. We can keep it. Balance is definitely better on the play, I think. Because you get the card out of your hand. Opponent mulligan though, so it's definitely not going to be amazing. I'm going to Tundra. Don't need to Scalding Tarn until we need to. No need to. I suppose it technically improves our draws a little bit. It does improve our draws, so we'll use it to go fetch an island. It improves our draws in like the minimum possible way, but still technically does. Go. Just getting an island, buddy. Don't mind me. Probably just gonna Lingering Souls next turn, to be honest. Makes our balance worse, but... Oh, Bitter Blossom, awkward. Alright, let's Lingering Souls and put a little bit of pressure on. We're a planes away from having the Wrath up anyway, so it's not the end of the world. If he starts to go really wide with creatures, we can just block with 2 of the spirits and then balance the turn after to get him. Okay, no play from him. No play from us either, unfortunately, but we do get in there. Balance is now just a mind rot, which is not amazing. Hopefully still nothing from our opponent and we draw Swamp. Or, Ancestral Recall would probably be perfect. Dust Bowl. Still target non-basic, so we can get our Tundra with that. If he really wants. Okay, there's the mana for the Wrath. Things start to get out of hand. Though we can blow this up if he really wants. We're also 1 away from Treachery if he plays something. Okay, I'm just going to dump Hero Blade Hold then. Before we can blow up our Tundra. Hero Blade Hold goes super well with these 1/1 tokens. He's got 4 mana now, right? Black, black, green, colorless. So everything in here has to be double green. Or his 3rd color. No, this thing taps for any color. Sorry, so he has to, what's he waiting for? Maelstrom Pulse, fine. What does this do? Makes us sack a land and our board, so let's not do that. Let's just hit him and pass. I mean, Blade Hero would have put a pretty quick end to the game, so he really had to do that. We're going to desperately need a swamp now. A Bitter Blossom is going to close this out, I think, unless he can destroy it. God. Probably just pass Ditch Agony Warp and then bounce the Strangleroot Geist, I think. With the Venser. Or any other spell that's like particularly scary. Killing it doesn't do much, it just comes back stronger. And like Agony Warp doesn't do a ton for us here either, so ditching it is not a big concern. If you cast something really scary like a Garruk or something, I will Venser it. Blue. Shardless Agent. That cascades no matter what. So let's see what the cascade hits. Fauna Shaman. I will bounce the Fauna Shaman back to his hand, I think. That seems fine. It's actually kind of scary. Let's him go get the perfect 4-drop. So. Yeah, ow, fine. God, I would love to cast you. Go ahead. I think this turn I will trade for this. Because then hopefully he plays out some stuff and I get to wrath him. And then Cloud Goat will clean it up. Yeah, I'll trade for you because I'm going to wrath you next turn, I think. That's fine. Play the Fauna Shaman, I assume. I assume just play the Fauna Shaman that I killed. To be honest, the most destructive thing you could do here is Dust Bowl or Tundra. But that would hamper him pretty bad, I think, because I'd run down to 3 mana. We can just draw another island, like, or another plains. Play the Fauna Shaman. Yeah, play another creature. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, perfect. We're definitely going to wrath here. There's absolutely no way we don't wrath. It's a 4 for, it's not really quite a 4 for 1 because we're losing our Lingering Souls, but still. It goes to 6. And we say bye. Bye. Go ahead. Cloud Goat is now going to make short work of him. If he plays a creature, we can treachery it and cast Cloud Goat in the same turn. Please be a big scary creature. Perfect. I'll take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, I'll ditch a card to that, no problem. Mine. Untap lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cloud Goat Ranger. Say go. It only hits creatures, unfortunately. But still. We can attack for 6 with the Cloud Goat and the Kithkins. So. Otherwise, we just get him for 5 in the air with the Cloud Goat. Moloko, so he can make a flyer. Okay. I'll be discarding balance here, I think. I don't think it does anything for us. Might as well make Moloko dead to a Kithkin. Yep. Can't hit player, so I must make it the creature. He's a flyer. But if I just attack with everything, I think I kill him, don't I? If I attack with everything and then dismember before blocks. Yeah, as it sits, he's dead. So as soon as he activates the Moloko, I just dismember the Moloko and then he dies. Boop. Hooray! Okay, let's just try and do that one more time. Her opponent could not draw any lands again, that'd be great. I don't want being super picky here. Do I want Revelark? What do you even get? Creatures of power 2 or less. That is Wake Thrasher. That is Void Mage Prodigy. That is it. So no. Yeah. Oh no, actually it gets all these. Maybe it actually is okay. Maybe it's better than Balance. Like, I know Balance is a very difficult to replace effect, but it's not been doing any work for us at all whatsoever. Like, there are some situations where Balance is the only card that can possibly get you out of it. How is this hand? Very heavy on black. 2-lander on the draw. I don't think we can keep that. This is much better. We can't keep that. No white, but a Remand or a Necrotol go a long way. I love that flavor text. Oh god. quick on the Goif. We can kill it right now. But it's only a 1-2 at the moment, so let's not. Let's play Swamping Go. We can eventually just Necrotal it. If he goes deep on it, like if he tries to put an Armadillic logo or something like that, I don't even remember if that's in the cube. But if he tries to go big on it, we can just dismember it in response. Like it'll cost us 4 life, but it's just a 1-2 as it sits. Probably should have played an island there. Okay. Cool. Say go. How much do you suspend for? 3. Ah, we're a while away. You can bounce a land with it. That's a little annoying, I guess. Didn't have a land last turn. Or this turn. Okay. Pass. I'm an idiot. I played the wrong land. Now we have to pay for Dismember. I don't know why I did that. That was super dumb. Hopefully I just remand this thing, whatever it is. There's no way I'm dismembering this Goif. Nice, you know, $100 1-2 or whatever. Anything? Do I care about this? Birthing Pod, I absolutely care about that. Okay, good to get that out of the way. Planes. Wake Thrasher is actually pretty good, all things considered. Does make this a 2-3 now. Oh, you can bounce our guy, that's annoying. Remember now, Birthing Pod only does things if he has creatures in play. So once we get the double white for this, we're in okay shape. Next time we can just Necrotal to kill this or whatever. Can't do Pod for 0 mana, that's a good draw. Going to Necrotal to kill the Goif, because killing the Cloudscape will make this a 3-4. Although this lets him get a 6-drop. Unless I just pop that now for 1,000,000 life. How likely am I to be able to just kill the 6-drop? Now this is probably just worth it actually. As painful as it is, I think I have to kill this now. This way he has no creatures. And he's 2 turns from using the Birthing Pod for something, unless it's like a 1-drop. I suppose it could be a 2-drop. Baleful Strix is a pretty good target for Birthing Pod, that's annoying. Oh, he doesn't have one, perfect. Still missing white, which sucks. You have to attack with this. And just play Wake Thrasher, and you remember to tap out at the end of turn with Wake Thrasher and play. What he does here is he actually, I don't attack because he just pods. Oh no, you can only pod at sorcery speed. I always forget that. Maybe he doesn't know that. Because I feel like it was definitely correct to pod the Baleful Strix away. Doesn't work how you think it does. Unless you have something. You're trying to pod, you can't pod at sorcery speed, buddy. Or at instant speed. Yeah. He tried to pod and lost his only creature to it. Depressing. Alright, let's play the Wake Thrasher. So there you go. Wake Thrasher's going to be huge next turn, and he shouldn't actually S6, going to need to tap out. If he gets a 3-drop, he can still pod with it. He actually can be a 4-drop, he's willing to pay the 2 life, which I'm assuming he is, he's on 16. 4-drop, 5-drop, okay, can't pod with that. And Wake Thrasher is big enough to bash through that, I believe. Yeah, it definitely is. Why can't it let me yield to this? I have to put them on the stack before I can yield them. There we go. God, so annoying. But we have an 8-8, so I don't think I can be too sad. It is an 8-8 that he just kills, though. With stupid Manticore. Yeah, we haven't drawn fantastically this game. Not gonna lie. That is incorrect, buddy, unless you're gonna kill me. Because now Wake Thrasher plus removal can kill you. Oh no, it can't quite kill you, it'll only be a 7/7. Oh no, because it itself will untap. Although he's getting 2 spells here. Strangler Geist is a pretty good one. We're not in great shape here. Not gonna lie. What saves us? What can I think of that saves us? No, all our white cards save us. You know, that'd be pretty good. Wouldn't even be amazing. Is he gonna pot away this or something? Because if he's doing that, I should really attack with it first. I was potting away the Shardlization for what? Obstinate Baloth, that's pretty good, and it gains him 4. Alright, I'm just gonna tap out now. Because I don't have anything, I'm gonna have 6. Okay. We take 7. Even if we could Wrath of God, we'd be dead to this. Why did you not attack with the Strangler Request? Whoops. You are an 8-8. Toxic Deluge. I would have to pay 5 life, which I cannot do. So we're dead. Yeah, we're dead. So they can do it. Let's attack with this thing anyway. Because he can just kill it, so it doesn't matter. Like now, if I had 2 more life, we'd actually be okay. Because I pay 5, all of his stuff would die, and I'd still have my guy. But I don't, so we're dead. Okay. Just didn't draw any white there, and it was pretty backbreaking. We needed it. Drew all of our white spells and didn't draw a single white source. Which happens, you know. But if settled for Coalition Relic. I say settle, it's an unbelievable card, but you know what I mean. Let's try and claim game 3 here, and hopefully we don't scrub out again due to my sick mistakes. We would love to play first. Come on, like turn 2 Bitter Blossom or something. This is keepable because of Relic and Relic alone. It's the only reason. I'm moving like Remand to like stave him off a little and draw a card for the land for a Relic. Like if we didn't have Relic, the sound would be completely uncapable, but with it, we can totally get there if we draw a land. And Remind is going to help us do that. Sure, Relic lets us cast that. On turn 4, in fact. Like whatever this is, I'm going to Remand it, because I really want the land for this Relic. Is that a cast? I suppose it is. Remanding it doesn't do anything though. Because it costs 0, so not remanding that. Okay, do you have a spell? You do. Strangler Geist. Let's remand that. That buys time. And a land? Damn it. And the land. Hey, we are paying. Absolutely. Yes. Go, go, go. Coalition Relic. Go. Need to remember to put a charge counter on this. That is just fine. Didn't play a land last turn. Oh my. I'll take a white, please. Swamp. White, black. This. Do I play Sauron or do I play Cloudgut Ranger? I actually probably play Sauron because it interacts quite favorably with this thing. Which means I don't need to, which means I can charge my Coalition Relic again as well. Whoops. I can actually Toxic Deluge first, but there's no real need to do that. Just dump Sauron. Plus 1 which trades for this thing. Gets back a little life as well. And also gets us the emblem for the Cloudgut Ranger. And all of his tokens. Nice Strangleroot Geist. What's his ultimate? Destroy a million things or something? Yeah. Destroy 3 creatures or planeswalkers and you get them. It's pretty good. Ooh, nice. Very nice. You can just straight up draw 2 cards with that. And make his thing stronger. It's really nice. I'm still going to block it. These tokens are dispensable, so. It's going to get Sauron, so yeah, definitely blocking. Game 1 life. Charge the relic. Venser's pretty nice. But I believe the play is play you 2, 3, 4, 5 Cloudgut Ranger. Make a vampire. Say go. If I hit a land there, I could have Toxic Deluged first to kill his thing. As it says, I can probably just like trade 2 Kithkin for it if I really want. That means I can't jump my Cloudgut anymore, but fine. The other option is just jump it with a vampire, which is also fine. Noble Hierarch, sure. Do you want to do that? You do. Exalted. So it actually would require all of my Kithkin. I'm just going to jump it then. Doesn't have trample. Did I forget to charge my relic? I believe I did. That was stupid. I don't think it's going to matter too much, but you know. Just give all of our things +1/+0. He can cash all of these in for cards, by the way, but he's about to take 1,000,000 damage right now. That's just 10, like straight 10 damage. And we have Venser up as well. He still only got 2 lands in play. I guess he got 4 with the Bird's Paradise and the Noble Hierarch. I guess we'll start cashing these in though. Cascade is a little bit annoying, but I'm more worried about what he's cascading into than this thing, so we'll see what it is. Fauna Shaman. That's pretty annoying. I think I might Venser that again, because he can't cast it. Let's do that. Venser that away. Again, we don't want him going to fetch the perfect thing, so we win. Brilliant. Got there in the end. See you in round 3. No brutal mistakes that round, I don't think. And if we win round 3, because this is a Swiss, we get 16 phantoms, which is enough to enter another cube. Fantastic.
If you'd like to purchase Magic Online cards at competitive prices, check out our web store at mtgoacademy.com/store.
Okay, here we go. Round 3, we have Island, Mox Jet, Treachery, which we can cast on turn 4, presuming we hit 2 other lands. We can cast Toxic Deluge to get us out of a serious snap. I think this is actually keepable on the draw. And the fact that our opponent mulliganed makes it a little better. Plus, we have the possibility of going to... Oh, God. Okay, that makes it a lot better. Because we can test that on turn 2 with the Mox. Library of Alexandria. Unfortunately, because he mulliganed, it's tough for him to get back up to 7 cards without other card draw. Oh, he's just going for it? Okay. Well, hopefully we can get far enough ahead then. What I was going to say was, if you turn 1 Library of Alexandria, your chance of winning just skyrockets. So he's obviously skipped his second turn there to get the library online. Because now we can use it, draw a card, play a land, say go. Soul Ring. Library and Soul Ring. Jeez. Someone's recovering. Okay, we're going to charge this. Although I don't know what we could hope to play. We'll see what we draw. Like, we can play a Cloud Goat if we draw it. But Necrotol doesn't do much. These are all not counter, but reactive spells. Bitter Blossom, I guess we'll play that. So we'll make a black with this. Charge the Coalition Relic next turn again. Black, blue, Bitter Blossom. Where were you on turn 1? Black, blue, Bitter Blossom, and then say go charge the Relic again, I guess. Whenever he plays here, we can just steal it, assuming he doesn't have hexproof or shroud or protection or anything like that. But this is going to be tough, like Soul Ring and Library. Like, he can cast a 4-drop here, even though he skipped his second land drop and has already tapped a land this turn. That's how busted Soul Ring is. We can steal that, and I think I'm okay with stealing that. Treachery is annoying because most of our mana sources actually aren't lands right now, so it doesn't. You don't get to do the whole cast 2 full spells immediately. But do we Treachery it or do we Necrotol it? I think that depends a little bit on what we draw. In this case, we drew an island. So that means Treachery gets it a little better, but like, we're not doing anything else with the mana, so it doesn't really matter. I think I might actually just Necrotol that. It's not really worth stealing, to be honest. There are far better things to steal. Now I go black, black, blue, blue. This costs 1 more, so let's play the land so we can still charge the Relic. Boom! Necrotol you. Kill you and say go because our token is summoning sick. Now we have Catastrophe as well. Destroying all lands actually with a Bitter Blossom, Coalition Relic and a Mox in play would kill his library and leave him with just 2 colorless mana from the Soul Ring. So that might not actually be a terrible plan. Karoo, okay. What do you bounce? Library, I guess? Because you already tapped it this turn? No, you bounce that, okay. I'm going to be honest, I'm totally up for killing all his lands here. Yes, discard. Didn't give us anything to Treachery. So Void Mage Prodigy, we can just counter a thing. We can, in fact, we can morph it. But if we blow up his lands, I don't see us losing this game because of our Bitter Blossom, to be honest. So I think I'm going to do that. White, then we go white, black, We lose 3 lands, he loses 3.5 lands. Sort of 4 lands, and his library. And we have a fair whack of mana here that we can use that is coloured. Oh, he Force of Wills us. Okay. That's fine. It's going to happen eventually if he had the Force of Will. So, that's okay. I feel like going for the Catastrophe there was definitely the right play, though. Like, that would have absolutely annihilated him, I think. We still have Treachery up. If you cast like a Titan. Admittedly, Inferno Titan here would be pretty ridiculous. It would kill our entire board, but then we just steal it. Like nothing. Okay. Saving a counter or something. Wake Thrasher seems fine. Can I can play Void Mage Prodigy and do the sacrifice thing to counter a spell. But he'll be an on-board counter. So let's attack first and see what he does. The other option is just to play Wake Thrasher. Okay. The Force of Will, because he had to discard a card, made his library a lot worse because he had to wait. He had to skip that turn to do it. So with that in mind, maybe we just go for the Wake Thrasher. Or does that make him want to go for the Void Mage? Because I feel like if we can keep this board state going, we're going to be able to kill him pretty quick. So maybe I do just play Void Mage Prodigy. Yeah, Wake Thrasher doesn't add that much to our board anyway. Let's just cast this. I know it's face up and he'll have to play around, which lets him play around it, but this makes him play around it. So, oh, does he counter it? He impulses in response, okay. Could be going to fetch a counter spell. If he counters this, I'm just going to play Wake Thrasher rather than charging the Coalition Relic, I think. The only reason I would charge the Coalition Relic is in case we drew... Oh, he didn't counter it. Is in case we drew something like double white, like Cloud Goat or something. But since we have a pretty powerful card in our hand, I would be inclined to just cast that. However, now this, unless this is a Supreme Verdict, which I don't think he's in the colours for, we should be able to just counter it with the Relic in this island. Whatever he does. Whatever he does, we should be able to protect our admittedly very strong board state. Oh, white, okay. Third colour. What have you got? And do I want to counter it? Consecrated Sphinx. I do not want to counter that. I think I want to just Treachery that, to be honest. Yeah, I think we're just going to Treachery that. You can have that. Stick a charge counter on here. Mm-hmm. 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 Blue, whatever. We go swamp. We go boom, 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 boom. Boom. Yep. Yep. Steal you. Untap these 4. Let's sleeve up the Void Mage Prodigy. We can currently play Wake Thrasher and still leave up Void Mage Prodigy. So I might as well do that. Although this is lethal next turn anyway, so maybe that's greedy. Maybe we should hold off. Yeah, maybe it's better to leave up go for the throat as well. You don't need to tap or anything. No, you can get in. Get in, get in, get in, get in, get in. Yeah. Go to 5, we draw 2 cards. Yep. This and this make balance kind of bad. I think it's going to come out probably for the Shriek Mode, or not the Shriek Mode, the Revel Arc again. Just because air beaters seem to be the way to go. Like if you tap set Venser, what do? Exile target permanent you own, return to the battlefield your control, beginning of the next end step. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, take Venser, that's fine. Ordinarily I'd snap counter whatever this is and leave him with 2 mana, but I don't care about that at all. Oh, we got a Sphinx back, I'm an idiot. I'm a big dumb idiot. Ah, we can go for the throat it. We can go for the throat and kill him. I forgot that it was what you own. Let's counter that. Yeah. Let me kill him with these 5, so we're fine. Can I put a stop on my upkeep in case I don't get priority here? But I believe I do. Yeah, there we go. Bye-bye. Might as well charge you. Hey, we kill him. Okay, cool. That was I completely didn't realize about the Sphinx. I completely forgot it was a creature. It was a permanent yawn. That was stupid. This doesn't seem good. This seems fine. The Abyss doesn't seem good either. I think we can beat this deck, even though it's got Library of Alexandria and Soul Ring, and therefore it can obviously present completely unbeatable starts. But we beat it there. We beat turn 1 Library, turn 2 or 3 Soul Ring, I think it was. This hand has Remand in it. It's got all of our colours. Only got 2 lands in it, but we're on the draw and we can cast Dismember to keep something off our back. And with Remand we can draw a card. I think this is actually okay. It's not great, but oh god damn again. Oh, I don't need that to stop anymore. Land, perfect. You first. Go ahead. Turn 1 Library again, jeez. Although he's on the play again, so we have to skip his... Oh no, he doesn't have to skip his turn. I didn't need it. It was because he mulliganed last game that he had to skip his turn. Treachery, perfect. Go ahead. Basically, whatever this is, I'm happy to remand it. This is so difficult to beat. It's insane. Like, he just plays a land, draws a card. Admittedly, he has to discard a card unless he has a 2-drop, but, you know, whatever. Completely whatever. Okay, he didn't have anything. Cool. Always good to know. I'm probably just going to play this Wake Thrasher. Start putting some semblance of pressure on him. If he kills it, he kills it. If he counters it, he counters it. Those are all fine. Those are all fine. They're also all going to happen eventually to something. There's a squeaky noise. I'm very sorry. Right, what's this then? What's the 4-drop? Chandra. Oh, that's so annoying. Chandra's at my Wake Thrasher. That's really annoying. Hero Bladehold, you'd be good. Right, let's try and get the Remand off. Hit the land for the Hero Bladehold. To be honest, Hero Bladehold is probably worth Force of Willing if he's got it in hand. Please just go for a 5-drop so I can remand it. And then draw a land so I can Hero Bladehold. And then draw another land so I can... Okay, I can't counter the copy. Or whatever this thing is. Frick, well, I've done that before. It's gonna 8 me. Yeah, we might as well remand one of those. He still gets the copy, which is annoying. But it's not as bad as I'm getting two of them. And we hear a Scalding Tarn, which fetches our Tundra, which lets us cast Hero of Blighthold. It also gives us a second blue source for our Treachery, which is great. And he's tapped out now, so it will have to be Force of Will. Or I suppose Daze. Daze will do it as well. But if that hero sticks, we might be in great shape. It's just such a beating. And we have, you know, Treachery and Venser and stuff to back it up. Okay, let's go get our Tundra. Boom! Go ahead. This is the plan. If you kill this, we lose. We don't lose, but we're not in great shape if you kill this, to be honest. Although again, if he plays Sphinx, we can just and we draw land, we can just Treachery it. If we don't draw land, we can, I guess, attack and then dismember it. Oh, Maze of Ith. Maze of Ith not actually amazing against Hero of Blighthold because the tokens still get through. And they're still 2/2/2/1s, so you know one of them will kill Chandra. On Magic Online, you have to be very careful about stacking the trigger correctly, so that you get the 1/1s before you give creatures +1/+0. That can be a pretty brutal mistake. Look, we've already seen a Prophetic Bolt. I don't know why it doesn't go in his bin. Oh, because I remanded it, so it's in his hand. I'm an idiot. I remanded it. You can just Prophetic Bolt this. I'm so dumb. Okay, I guess he's not Prophetic Bolting this, which means we can Venser to save it. I'm so dumb though. He could have totally Prophetic Bolted that and that would have been our whole plan just ruined. Wish we had more lands so we could Catastrophe him. You're gonna zap me, that's fine. You have to kill Chandra now so that he can't copy the Prophetic Bolt again. So we have to swing everything at Chandra. He'll Maze of Ith the hero. You might not even bother actually. Attack Chandra. Oh. So we want this to resolve second. Yep. Everything at Chandra. Everything gets +1/+0. He mazed. There's no need to do that. It was all at Chandra. Chandra's going to die anyway. All I did there was untap it for me. Yeah, there's no need for that at all. Now we have Venser up to save us from the Prophetic Bolt. And then next turn we can just play Sauron. And Sauron will minus and make all of our tokens tough to beat next turn, I think. The hero won't live much longer unless we draw another counterspell because Venser will just bounce the Prophetic Bolt back to his hand again. But if that happens, we will have 4 tokens together attacking for a total of, what, 12 damage? And they'll be permanently 2/1s even if he kills the hero because of Sauron's emblem. Then we can just make more with Sauron. So he's going to try and Prophetic Bolt, and we're going to Venser. Oh, Venser gets in too, actually. F6. I don't think we have anything else that counters. We didn't pick up very many counter spells in the draft, to be honest. But this is about to be like 15 damage or something. So, do I want a Vampiric Tutor for something? Like a Cloud Gut Ranger, maybe? Maybe I do. But I don't really want to pay that much life. So I'm not going to do that quite yet. I'm going to go black, white, 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 Sovereign. I'm going to minus Sovereign. Attack with everything. I think this would be lethal if you couldn't Maze of Ith, the hero. We want that to resolve second. F6. Do 1,000,000 damage. I think it's like 14 or something. Oh, it was 16. Cool. So this has to be a Wrath now. And even then, 2 of those Sarn tokens are lethal. And we can Treachery without, if you, well, he's not going to pay anything if he Wraths, I guess, but we can just Revel Arc. He's in rough shape here. Prophetic Bolt doesn't do it now because that uses every single one of his lands because Maze of Ith doesn't tap for mana. It lets him go and get one other thing, but that other thing has to cost 1 mana and would have to kill like 3 of our creatures. 4 of our creatures even almost. Bonfire of the Damned. For how much? Not enough. This kills you. Yeah, this alone kills you. It also makes more 3/1s. Yeah, cool. Bonfire I actually did not consider was probably the closest thing he had to an answer there. If he'd miracled that. Because he didn't miracle it, he just went 1. Yeah, if he'd miracled that, that would have done it totally. We would have just killed him with like a Revel Arc, but you know, still. So we got there. 2-1 means we get our Phantom points back. I think if we had not, I say we, it was entirely my fault. If I had played game 2 of round 1 a little better, we could have 3-0'd. That deck wasn't amazing, but obviously it can do some stuff. Thank you for watching. I've been Dennis. Ushin will be back with me next time. He has been back with me on our channel. We also post videos by ourselves there a bunch. You can check us out on YouTube. That's Windmill Slam MTG. You can follow me on Twitter. I am at Stranjak. Ushin is at Seriously Ushin. If you want to email us, you can email us at windmillslammtg@gmail.com. Please leave a comment down below, all that sort of thing. Like and subscribe, tell your friends, and we love you all very much. And thank you to MTGO Academy for giving us this glorious opportunity. See you next time, folks.